Alright, let's look at this Wassce Object 2016 question 4. The function f and h are defined on the set of real numbers R by this and that. A. Find the domain of f and g. Find the domain of f and h. B. Find f of h of s. Alright, so let's start. Here, let's start with the A. That is finding the domain of. So let's first look at the domain of f. There is a function f. F of x is equal to 4 minus s squared to the power half. Now, for your information, to the power half is the same as the square root of 4 minus s squared. Alright, so the domain of this is that, you can take your calculator and let's practice this. Take square root of numbers greater than 0. Any square root of a number greater than 0 will work. Square root of 0 will work. Square root of 1 will work. You will never get something like mass error or undefined. But if you take square root of negative numbers, like negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, any negative number is going to give you a mass error because they are what we call complex numbers. Complex numbers. Alright. So, since square root can take numbers that are greater than 0, it means that the domain of this will be 4 minus s squared being greater than or equal to what? 0. And we know that this is the same as 2 squared. Now we have to solve for x. We know that this is 2 squared minus s squared greater than or equal to 0. Difference of 2 squares. So when you factorize, you get 2 minus x, 2 plus x greater than or equal to what? 0. Alright, so now what you get here is that 2 minus x is greater than 0. That means the sign will change because when you are don't want to see that, you watch. Let's say this one here, you get negative 2. So you divide both sides by say negative 1, divide here by negative 1. The sign will change. So s is less than or equal to 2. Then for this part, 2 plus s will be greater than or equal to 0. And s will be greater than or equal to negative 2. Is that clear? Therefore, these are going to be your results. So when you sketch the graph of this, you can, if negative 2 will be here, 2 will be here. So the graph of this will be something like this. Okay, alright. So the domain of this is going to be S is such that S belongs to all real numbers. S is such that S belongs to all real numbers. But you can see that with this graph, the values of S are limited. So you can see that here it is within a certain range, negative 2 and 2. So it is S is greater than or equal to negative 2. Or S is less than or equal to what? 2. So that's how we write it. S is, so you see, S is greater than or equal to negative 2. And S is less than or equal to 2. So if you want to write it in this way, then you do it like this. S is less than or equal to 2. But in this case, it's like S is greater than or equal to negative 2. So if you turn this, it will be negative 2 less than or equal to. Right. So that's going to be the domain of the function f. Now, what about the function h? Let me do that here. For the domain of h, domain of h, that's very simple. H of x is equal to the square root, because that's half. The square root of 3 minus x. So this means that 3 minus x is greater than or equal to what? 0. So negative x greater than or equal to negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 1. Alright, you get s is greater than or equal to 3. S is greater than or equal to, sorry, the sign will change. So it will be less than or equal to 3. So the domain is such that S is such that S belongs to all real numbers, but it's only working when S is less than or equal to 3. Alright. So it will never work for S is greater than 3. No, it will never work for that. Because if you pick numbers that are greater than 3, see what is going to happen. If you pick 4, 3 minus 4 is going to give you negative 1. Square root of negative 1 will give you mass error. If you pick 5, you see you get negative 2, so it will never work. It will only work within this range. That is what we mean by stating the domain of a function. I hope you have been loving this. Thank you. See you in the next video.